Hey yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time video, and the story time is going to be of how me and my friend got in trouble for eating a roast beef. Yeah, so this story happened when I was about 15, 16, and basically what I used to do back then was I'd go out really early and come back in really late. So what ended up happening was I'd spend all day at my friend's house, and it was actually the same friend from that pizza story. So if you haven't seen that story time, link down in the description. It's not like a preview or anything. It's just like its own video. So after this, if you want to watch more of it, you can watch it. Um, Basically, me and him were gaming all day non-stop for like 5 hours, I think, and um after those 5 hours, we got really hungry. So we put our shoes and coats on, we're getting ready to go out to get food. And as we left his room, the way his house works, when you leave like his room, there's the living room, and then the kitchen is right there on the end. So when we left his room, he clocked in his kitchen on his kitchen counter a roast beef his mum made like earlier in the day. And his mum went out, by the way, so it was literally just me and him gaming all day with like no interruptions. And he looked at me and he went, "Yo, Adam, there's a roast beef over there." And I was like, "Cool." And like both of us are really hungry, so I said, "Is your family expecting anyone soon?" And he said, "No, I don't think so." So he walked over there, and the way this roast beef looked was it was a cylindrical shape, and on the ends it was like flat. So what it is, those flat ends, he like put his hand on the side and he ripped off a chunk of it, and he just started eating with his hand. And I was like, "Oh, all right." So I went over there and I did the same thing, and like for some reason after I took like my rip, both of us just started eating this roast beef like we're cavemen, like. Like at one point I had like two pieces of roast beef in my hand. I was like swapping between and like both of us were just eating this roast beef, and it was a big roast beef too. Like we were full by the end of it, and like after we had it, both of us were just lying down on the floor holding our stomachs like, I'm so full. And, and like at that point we heard like keys in the door, and we were like, "Oh no, his mum." And like he was like, "No, my mum." So we got up, and what we were trying to do was hide the tray that I was on, because what we were going to say was there was no roast beef over there. That was going to be our excuse, because like we had the entire thing. There was nothing left of that roast beef. So we couldn't fit the tray in the bin, so we were trying to stuff it in the oven. And like as she came in, like because the front door was right beside the kitchen, so as she came in, she literally saw us like right there, and she was like, "What do you two think you're doing?" And like at first she was like, "What are you doing?" And like we're trying to get this tray in the oven, and then she realized that's the roast beef tray, and then she's like, "Yo, what the hell do you think you're doing? I told you not. That was for our. What am I gonna feed our uncles and the cousins now?" And like my friend was like, "We're expecting people round," and she was like, "Yes, I told you you were gaming." And then she looked at me and she said, like, "You better go home now. He's in big trouble. He's gonna be grounded for a week. You're not allowed to see him for a week." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And like, what is, whenever I'm with his family, I always try to be kind, so like they treat me better, because they're like a really nice family. Um, so I was like, "Well, I apologize for what we did," and she was like, "No, no, it's okay. You go home." And as I walked out, I could hear her just shouting at this kid. Uh, that was I don't know if to call that amazing or frightening. But yeah, so I went home. About 2 days later, I got a text from my friend. He was like, "Yo, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I'm ungrounded." And like when we met up, um, I said, "How'd you get ungrounded?" And he said, "For good behavior." uh, he was naming it like it was a prison or something. Alright, guys. So that was my roast beef massacre story. um, Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.